If they ain't got it, I'ma mask up and take it. 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 Mask up and take it.
What is going on, guys? AJ Good here at the House of Masks, and boy do I have a story for you guys today. So, do you guys remember that one Topstone Nu Skin mask that I've been after forever because it's the last piece that I need for my grandfather's collection? For any of you guys that don't know, I have been putting together a set of masks that my grandfather used to have when I was a youngin'. I pretty much attribute my grandfather influencing me to collect masks about as much as I do a Slipknot, because he had a bunch of masks when I was little that I always played with, and he also forced me to watch a couple scary movies back in the day. One of them being a Halloween movie, which I will never forget, and also The Invisible Man, like I showed you guys previously in a video. So, I've been putting this set together for a year or two now. I don't know when I officially started, but there's one Topstone Nu Skin mask that has somehow always seemed to slip away from me. I literally only ever saw one other one, and it was on eBay a couple years ago before I ever had money to buy shit. And then I saw another one here recently pop up for sale on eBay. So, naturally, I bid. And I know that for a fact, no one gives a shit about this mask aside from me for the sentimental reasons that I have. So I figured, hey, easy score. No one else is going to bid on this thing, and even if they do, they're not going to want to bid the amount that I would bid for it because it's not as special to them. I've never heard anyone else mention it. I've never seen anyone else that owns it. I've never seen anyone go after one or post that they want one or anything of the sort, so I thought I had it in the bag. But what happens is, I end up getting bid up to $250 on this fucking mask, and I can't figure out why. Who else would pay that much? I won't even pay that much for it because I know that as soon as I do, I'm gonna end up finding one for $5 at a thrift store somewhere. So I start investigating. So me and some friends do some digging, and we find out who this guy is, and it turns out that he is in Rudy's mask group on Facebook. So I make a public post calling him out because not only did he bid up this auction, but my friends that did some investigating found out that he had done it on a dozen other auctions, maybe more. What he would do is start a bidding war with someone that actually wants the mask, like me, and bid it up way too high, then retract all of his bids, so that leaves us either paying a ridiculous amount for a mask that shouldn't cost that much, or not getting the mask at all because we can't afford to spend $250 on a $20 mask. So I called him out. A bunch of other people in there were like, ooh, is this true? Is this what this is? And the guy confirms it, that it's just a hobby of his to get on eBay, bid up auctions, retract the bid, and then disappear, which is fucking ridiculous. I don't think that's trolling, because I can appreciate a good troll, like when it's done right, but for whatever reason, that just really bothers me. So, the auction disappears, it goes unsold, $250, and I keep waiting for another one to pop up. These people aren't relisting theirs, I don't know what the deal is. And then finally, like 2 or 3 months later, those same people relist the same mask with a $250 buy it now or best offer. Now, why do you think they think their mask is worth $250 all of a sudden? It's because this guy did what he did. So, I made a $50 offer, which is $30 more than what this mask is worth. Hands down. The only reason I offered $50 is because obviously they had their mind set on an unrealistic price that nobody in their right mind would pay, and they declined it. So I sent them a $55 offer. They declined that offer and sent me a message that said, please stop making silly offers, which I felt really insulted by because I had already offered them $35 more than the mask is worth to anyone. No one else in the hobby had ever said a word about this mask, so I knew that I was the only one looking for it. Other people were looking for it for me, and that's just what it was. So I let them know that they had a $20 mask and that I had already offered them way more than what it's worth. I explained to them what happened with the person making fake bids last time, and I even gave them my credentials. I linked them to all my stuff so that they could see that I know what I'm talking about. I'm not just trying to rip them off, but this is the way it is, and no one's gonna know more about it than I would, so here's the information. Do what you want with it. And I was really nice about it. I wasn't an asshole or anything. And then I bid $60, and they responded by declining the offer and then telling me that I would be blocked from any other auctions that they had. Wow. So, not only do we have the douchebag that was bidding up everything and screwing all other mask collectors over, but now we have this douchebag eBay person who, for whatever reason, decided to also be a dick instead of using common sense and logic and maybe even a little compassion. So, the cool thing that happened was that a bunch of collectors got together and paid $150 to this person to send me the mask, which is super awesome. That's like the nicest thing that's ever happened to me, and people give me stuff all the time, which is great, but this just really touched my little black heart, and I thought it was super cool. So yeah, a bunch of collectors threw in like 10 or 20 bucks a piece, paid the ridiculous price, and my buddy Dan let me know that he bought me the mask. And I was like, wow, That's the nicest thing anybody's ever done. That's super awesome. A couple days go by, he receives the mask, and guess what? That fucking eBay auctioneer cut the mask into a million little teeny tiny pieces and shipped it to the guy who organized all this, his name's Dan, with a note talking about how I will never get the mask and blah 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 blah. So not only are they out of $150, which was the final price that they agreed to pay, but now I'm out of a cool mask, and their reputation on eBay is slightly hurt. So I really don't understand the point. I don't know why they couldn't just let something go, especially when it was their fault that it happened. I don't know. So I messaged them, told them that was a pretty douchey thing to do, and that I would end up finding one a few days later and not spending $150 on it. So what we have here, from the same person that originally organized the giant mask collector, put 10 bucks in and helped AJ get this mask, like the super cool, nicest thing ever, I got from Dan another box. And guess what? He found the same exact mask for $6 at a thrift store. So we're gonna open it up, and I can finally say that I have this mask that I haven't had since I was a kid and haven't been able to get, haven't been able to find. So I'm gonna stop talking now. Let's open this bitch up and take a look. Alright, first of all, we've got some Maskers of the Universe stickers from Dan's company, which I will obviously put the information down below. There's another set of stickers for Among the Living Masks, and that is Dan's mask company. They make really cool vacuum formed masks. They just did one for Mask Fest that was one of the Children of Distortions, like the Distortions tribute things, and it was of the astronaut piece, and it's super fucking cool because it's vacuum formed and the original was latex and all that. So make sure to go check him out. He's a super good dude, obviously, if you haven't been able to tell from everything that I just said. But yeah, let's get into it. He sent some extras too, so let's see those. First off, we've got this little no-named Dracula. He said that there was no stamps or anything on these. He just found them at a thrift store and thought I might like them, which obviously I do. I mean, look at these things. Vintage thrift store masks are the best. So there we've got the Dracula. Next up we have got another no-named mummy, weird little tiny mouth guy, which is kind of cool too. So yes, I definitely dig those. I appreciate the extras. But this is really what it's all about. This piece right here is the last one I need for my grandfather's mask set, and it's one of the coolest. It always reminded me of Evil Dead. I can't believe that I finally have it. So without further ado, I say that in like every single one of my videos now. Without further ado, here is the Topstone Nu Skin zombie weird hole in the head fucking freaky ass mask thing. I don't know what they were going for with these things, but the line is super super cool, and I'm stoked to finally have it. The paint is really weird. Well done. It's vinyl, so I don't have to worry about it rotting, and I finally have one. Here it is. I'm stoked. Look at that. Isn't that Evil Dead as fuck? I don't know why, it just reminds me of the original Evil Dead, so. Thank you so much, Dan. I could not be happier with the fact that you sent me this. I really, really, really appreciate it, and I appreciate what you did with trying to get everybody involved. It's a shame that that eBay seller was a complete dickwad, and I'm sorry that you had to go through that, because I feel really bad that you guys tried to do something that nice for me, and somebody ended up fucking everybody over. So, here it is. I am going to stuff it real quick and show it to you guys up close with all the details and everything. Then I will eventually get to making a full grandfather's mask set video featuring this guy, of course, and all of the other ones, and show you guys pictures from my childhood with these masks in it and all that good stuff. So once again, thank you very much, Dan. Among the Living Masks, make sure to go check him out. His stuff's going to be down below. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and also thank you. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and we will see you later.